Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you all, my wonderfully made Biafran brothers and sisters, the lovers of freedom and the lovers of mankind. I greet you and I welcome you to this episode titled Nigerian Government Finally Hijacked DOS of IPOB. My brothers, make una calm down. I will explain to you later. But first of all, let me read the article before me here, and then we'll come back to discuss more from the comment section, and also for me to air my own humble opinion on what I think concerning this message. Nigerian government wants regime change in IPOB. I am reading from the article I found on Facebook this morning, and I found it more interesting because it has a lot to do with what is happening on ground today in the scheme of change and in the leadership of DOS IPOB spearheaded by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu all the way from Sokoto prison. Follow me carefully as I read in between the lines. So please, anywhere I will pause to air my view, I will let yours know. So please open your listening ear and make sure you have your pen and paper to jot some informations that is going to come out from this article. It is very, very vital to me. I think this is classified information that's supposed to go around. I have a question according to the publisher of this article. For the intelligent ones alone, in this just concluded Iran-USA-Israel war, why did America aim for regime change in Iran? That is a question mark. Why did the regime change agenda failed with a question mark? Okay, follow me. What do you think could have happened in Iran if the regime change agenda worked with a question mark? I will answer this in the most simplest form. USA/Israel wanted regime change in the Republic of Iran because they don't manipulate the revolutionary leadership, which is very conservative and strict with their nationalistic ideology. Therefore, couldn't yield to the interests of America. That means the war they went is just in vain. Wow. Okay. Therefore, United States of America wanted the leadership out of the way so they can install a puppet who will give them all access to the government to enable Israel and America influence Iran's economic, political, and security policy. They killed the frontline leaders, hoping the structure collapses, but it didn't. The mission failed, not just because the Iranian leadership was highly strategic. The USA hoped Iranians will rise against their government in their millions. But unfortunately for them, the number of emotional Iranians who do not understand their history and international politics was much lesser than the number of Iranians who understood what was going on, hence stood by their government. So the United States of America regime change agenda collapsed. There is a reason our people must understand international politics and statecraft. Many people claim they want Biafra, but they often avoid polls and discussions on geopolitics. They scroll over when they see such contents. To them, if polls are not directly Biafra related, they have no interest, without knowing that Biafra is a question that will be answered on the table of geopolitics, and without enough knowledge on the international politics, we will be unable to present our questions accurately on the table. To talk more of getting an answers, Nigeria government wants a regime change in IPOB. I repeat, this is where the message lies. Oya, follow me. Let us go. They don't want instant dissolution of IPOB as an organization, but to install their puppets as leaders of IPOB, to be able to influence IPOB policies and take control of all the structures within IPOB, including ESN. Then Biafra struggle by IPOB is gone. This point is not really clear to me, but let us continue. If you are still confused at this point, then you are not prepared for this journey. Your physical body wants freedom, but you are not mentally ready. You must grab knowledge on how governments of the world handles issues and people that threatens its territorial integrity or national interest. Without this, we shall be dribbled in the field like kids. This is why many of us dropped empty comments with no valid impact to the struggle under posts that commands reasonable logic, because one can't give what they don't have. So, with what happened in Iran, I believe intelligent people have been equipped with the knowledge that governments of the world tend to polarize, kill, or change the leadership of revolutionary movements when they become too obstinate to be handled or bent to take policies that favors them. The recent dissolution announcement you saw online is from federal government speaking in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's voice. Hey, the only way to destroy Biafra agitation is to destroy these DOS. I don't need to tell you the reason they use Nigerian media to put out the announcement. That's the state in play. The truth at this stage of our struggle, those without enough enlightenment can't follow up. Dropping insults in the comment section only brings an individual some temporal satisfaction without any meaningful impact to the Biafra projects. In conclusion, just like it happened in Iran, the only force that will stop federal government regime change effort in IPOB is you and I. Then the strategic positioning of this leadership that has carried this struggle for years, even when funds was taken away from them. Just like it happened in Iran, it is time to know the number of Biafrans who are emotional and void of knowledge on international politics, and the number of Biafrans who understands what the moment is asking for and how to respond to it. IPOB worldwide must stand behind this current DOS, or we risk the destruction of the entire struggle. If you are waiting for me to also answer the number 3 questions on what could have happened in Iran if America achieved their regime change agenda, then you are not ready for the current stage of this struggle. Just go home. Support IPOB leadership now. Written by Mazi Uchenna Nweze. Number 2. The message have come. According to the person who put out the message, he literally calling on every hand to support the government of DOS. Well, you have the decision to make on your own. I cannot tell you. But people keep saying that DOS are Directorate of Sabos, which I always refer them to because of the role they played in selling Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. Allegedly, yes, because all these things are allegedly. There's no any clear evidence that this guy sold Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. If there's anybody who have the clear evidence, I think it could have been spread on the whole internet till this moment. What we do is just to accuse, trying to see how we can be able to figure out the very information we are looking for. But as the case may have it, things is going the way it's supposed to be going to me. And, well, you are an adult. I cannot tell you who to support or who not to support. But for me, I stand with the government of USB. That is where I stand. So I have already made my stand very clear for a very long time now. So anybody who know me know that I am a strong supporter of the government of Ngozi Orabueze and the government of Samuel Ekpa. Yes, I started with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Then when the journey becomes too trickish, I decide to do what? To join autopilot. Abi? Okay, let us just see some comments, because a lot of people have their own personal opinion over this matter at the comment section. Chukwudi Fefo Okoronkwo said, new DOS recruited by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu siblings, supported by autopilots or the original indefatigable DOS led by Chike Doziem. The choice is yours. For him, that is Chukwudi Fefo Okoronkwo said, I stand with the original DOS. Ebubedike said, Mazi, you know what is happening. Months ago, I urged every Biafran to rally around IPOB leadership, and there was a reason for that. This is a chess game, and we will show Nigerian government that we Biafrans understand the game very well. Uche Frank said, IPOB is an institution. DOS is the vehicle in which we move with. Mazi Chukwu Kadibia Edoziemo is the one plotting the affair of the movement. We move, according to Uchenna Franke. Ozi Ako Chibuzo said, majority of Biafrans knows the strategy, and I assure you that it is dead on arrival. In other words, people see support the struggle of DOS. NSC Mary said, God bless you, Mazi Uchenna Nweze. This is exactly what came to my mind immediately. I had 100 men. I concluded that this current IPOB leadership is too stubborn and too sophisticated for Nigerian government and Britain to handle. That's why they push for a change in the leadership. Abi, we are moving forward. A lot of messages are here, and okay. A third of form said the chain of IPOB remained the same. It did not cut, moving as expected. Okay, Mazi Uchenna said they have completely failed woefully. God bless IPOB leadership led by Mazi Chika Edozie. Obubudike Orochi, well said, and a very good expo for the unaware or confused ones. Dalo nwanne mmadụ rienne. Long live Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Long live ESN. Long live DOS. Long live IPOB. Long live Biafra Republic. Kennedy Onwu Chekwa, divine wisdom is embedded in this post. You are not far from the truth. My brother, that is your own opinion. Uchenna Nwaneri, you mean the new DOS are Nigerian appointed? Nigerian submitted the list to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to have them into IPOB leadership. Thanks, Mazi, for institutionalizing. Okay, people responded to him. Let me see who the person who said one thing. A good coach, Nwaneri Harrison, they only use Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's name is not the one who issued that order. Take it or leave it. Okay, dear Nanya Christian, he responded to him. They are taking advantage of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu as he is deaf and dumb. Let them record him, since anyone can go and visit him where he was giving such command. Why did their 100 men fail? Why did the Fulani government media carry the news all over the platform? It's a state-sponsored dissolution, not coming from Mazi. Till then, we will only recognize DOS, led by Mazi China Edozie. Moving forward, a few comments and then we'll round up, because a lot of people said a lot of things, and I'm very happy you are hearing the whole comments. Let me know your own take as well. Anna Yotuku John said he is for only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's family and his siblings of iniquities, and not DOS of IPOB, because IPOB is not a family business at all. It is the people's business, the masses and the collective movement of the whole people of Biafra for the freedom of the whole people of Biafra. It is called the indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, and not the indigenous people of Biafra. Indigenous people, hey, God have it. And not in the English, you don't say something for Igbo man hand. IPOB Papa said we are waiting for their last game, because we knew that everything they are doing is not for us, but are always against us. And that is what our brother talk. Kingsley said IPOB and DOS will always be united, and no man born of Zuu will confuse us. Before they started their tactics, we know better than they think we are. My people, I will take back break and I will hear my voice again when I come back. Like, share, comment, and make sure you keep subscribing for more interesting videos. Kachineke mezi oku.